Hello and welcome back to my aquarium, and today we are playing some more Death Must Die. I'll show you that. The difficulty level here is not very high just because I have not played for a little bit, as you can probably tell by the lack of uploads, so I just want to get back into it and do kind of a fun build. Try to make this raven work a little bit. Kind of funny to me, it's called Sign of the Beast, and it's a little wolf head, but then it spawns you a raven. It gets 8-time value from stat boost, so if we can get some good stat boost, they'll go to that raven, and it can get pretty strong. I've done a run with it before, and I didn't think it was that great, but I've never done one on camera with you guys, so we'll try it out today and see what we can get. Nothing in that bookshelf because I have all the books. Right off the bat, I want to apologize for not uploading very much recently. I was trying to do upload every single day for this month, and I did not get that happening. It kind of fell apart when I came back to my main channel and was doing content for that channel every day again. And then I got on to record one day for this, like over a week ago, I think, about a week ago maybe. I don't actually hate Lady Justice. Playing weekend with our attacks might not even be bad, because if we get a lot of health too, I mean, I don't have any alterations, so I have to go for her, so yeah, I'll start this. It's a depth, so why not? And then I started playing some of this, and I was trying to record some, and then I lost a run, and it was really frustrating, and then it wasn't even like far enough into the run, and the run wasn't that great, so I was like, you know what, whatever, I'm just gonna scrap that one. And then the next one was just bad too, and it was really frustrating, and I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna not do this tonight, do it tomorrow night. And then it took me a little bit to get back around to it because I got really busy with my main channel. So now we are back though, so I'm gonna try to keep this going again, but we didn't miss that many days in all actuality, so it's not that bad of a thing. I honestly am gonna roll and see if I can get any kind of a higher rarity. I really want ravens, and I just don't really like necromancy. Like, I kind of want to do summons, but I don't like necromancy that much. This is what I'm looking for, something on expert here. I think we'll go ahead. I really like lifelink. I really like soul stealers too, though. Soul stealers is actually really solid ability, especially if we get some luck, which now that we have more, we could possibly get serendipity, so we'll look at that. But yeah, now we're back, so hopefully you guys haven't missed me too much. I mean, obviously, you miss me to a crazy degree, certainly, but not sad about it every day, hopefully. But hopefully you've had a nice couple days since I've been back with one of these videos for you. I had a pretty good little time off. It was funny though. I mean, I don't even know what I want to talk about first. First of all, I'm gonna get chains. And we'll go from there. Let's see. I picked up this idle game recently. I always like having like an idle game. If you don't know what that is, like, some people call them clicker games. You know, think of like Cookie Clicker is one that I really liked, and I used to play that originally when I had like my first ever computer, which is like some stinky little laptop that I had, and I had Cookie Clicker on it. It was still like a desktop game, but every kid in my school, I think I was in like middle school or something, was playing Cookie Clicker at the time. Of course, it was like the new big thing. And then years later they redid it and they released it on Steam, and so now it's on Steam, and they like updated the heck out of it when they put it on there, which was nice. And it actually is like a great game nowadays. So if you are looking for like a little cheap game you could get, and kind of like having an idle game, and you never screw around with Cookie Clicker, dude, I'd recommend you do that. One of my friends dared me. He was like, I dare you to get this achievement. And I was like, what is it? And so I looked it up, and this achievement was like one of the hardest things that would take like hundreds of hours of commitment. And so I actually started working on it at one point, but then I never fully did it just because I was like, I want this, yeah. I like playing other clicker games. Oh, perfect. I was gonna say I want this at a higher rarity, so if I can just get this right off the bat, I will. And then if we can get some heal per second, that ability from her, that would be top notch. So we have Lady Justice, and we have Crom. Let's keep that in mind. But I played this shit on Cookie Clicker, and it's kind of like, I think are they done updating it? They might be done updating it, but it has a lot of stuff in it. It does take a lot of time to like get everything maxed out, and I don't even have technically everything maxed out because there's like a skill tree, I guess you would call it. Spell damage, you don't have any summon damage. Like, I don't want summon damage, so I can like put it on the Raven. So if you see that shrine with the book that gives summon damage, I will definitely be looking to pick that up. But there was some stuff that I didn't unlock in Cookie Clicker, but every now and again, I'll kind of like take a break from the idle games after I played one enough and like beat it, quote unquote beat it, because I mean a lot of them can kind of be like infinite technically, But you know what I mean. You kind of like, you exhaust most of the things you can do and unlock, so you just kind of like move on. And then I'll get the urge again. I'm like, man, I want to play that idle game again. So I just like go on Steam and see, or if I know there's like a big one that's kind of getting popular at the time, because there's some YouTubers I watch that might play idle games sometimes and tip me off to them. And it's like, okay, that looks cool. Like recently I did, ooh, epic. Yes, this is what I want. Perfect. And that's increased from our other boon that we have, so that's good. Called the Gnorp Apologue, and you're like, that sounds really dumb. Yes, but also it's awesome, and you should definitely play it. I think it was like $4 or something. Like a lot of these idle games are. They're all like these little cheap indie idle games, and they're usually really good though. This one is funny. There's these little dudes called Gnorps, and they're like these little guys, just like they're like a white block with eyes and 2 little legs, and their entire purpose in life is to smash themselves into a rock, not the country, a literal boulder, you know, and a bunch of shards fly off of it. So it's kind of like they're mining it a little bit, and the shards, they take them, and that's kind of like your currency, right? And so then you buy upgrades with the shards once you get them out of the rock. And you can also click it and stuff to like get the shards out at first. Of course, it's a clicker game after all. But then you get different upgrades, like you can research different stuff to make your Gnorps even stronger, so they can break the rock more and get more shards from it. I would like... Let's just get that for now. This will be good for this wave clear. And so you do that. Eventually I was getting these like rocket guys. They would like have jetpacks, and they would fly up with their jetpack. And then once they got really high, they would turn their jetpack off. And then they would just like fall out of the sky at breakneck speeds and fly into the rock and knock all these shards out of it. And I was like, this is the greatest game I've ever seen. Eventually I could make them like time travel. So they would hit the rock and they would travel back in time and then hit the rock again. And I was like, it's a good thing these Gnorps are like literally invincible, or else they would be like, you know, very much so fucking dead. But they're not, they're living. So it's like, props to these freaking Gnorps right now. I don't know what the heck Gnorp is supposed to mean, but I'm assuming the creators just thought it was like a funny little word or something, and I think it's pretty funny too, to be honest. So I'm with it. But definitely recommend that game, checking that out if you want an idle game. Besides that, I've been playing one called Chillquarium, which I got because there was a sale going on the Steam recently, and it was like the capitalism sale. It was literally called that, which sounds weird, but that's what they called it. So I'm just relaying the information to you. Don't hate me, don't hate the messenger. But I was like, okay, what the hell is a capitalism sale? So I had a bunch of like city management games and stuff, just like tycoon games. That's actually really good. Half a life regeneration, it's nice. And I saw one called Chillquarium, and I was like, that looks interesting. Kind of hovered over it, had like very positive reception, which always good symbol, you know, sign right there. And then it's all about, ooh, is that, no, that's not the right one. Yeah, it's just this one. We'll keep taking heals. I just want to get like crazy heal over time if I can, to be really fun. So what you do is you kind of have like these card packs, and you open them, and all these cards kind of fly out, and the different cards have different fish in them. So you have freshwater fish that you start with, and you can get saltwater fish later on. And you get the different fish out, and then you're just trying to collect all the fish. I'm gonna take a sip of water really quick, excuse me. But as you collect these fish, you realize there's different variants too. So there's painted ones, which is just kind of like a shiny Pokemon, I guess is the easiest way to connect that for you. There's also golden variants, which is, you know, they're gold. I feel like you could have put that one together, but I thought I would just help you out. And then there's rainbow variants, which those ones are really cool because they get like a RGB effect on them, and they are just really dope, but they're like the rarest ones. So I only have a few of those even right now, and I've been like spamming packs out because now I've got to the point where I'm like really rich, like trillions of dollars, which you're like, how do you get $1 trillion off of selling fish? Dude, I don't know what the market is like in this fucking Chillquarium universe, but if you just like have an aquarium, you're banking out, dude. I don't think it's sustainable for their economy, to be completely honest with you, but I mean, hey, it's not my problem. I'm making bank from it, so like I'm not gonna sit here and complain, to be completely honest with you. We'll keep going, Chains. So I've been playing that one a lot. It's always just fun. I just kind of have it up on like the other monitor, you know, and you just have it up over there, and then you just kind of chill on that and whoop, enjoy it. And it's like, okay, I'm watching my show, whatever, but you kind of get distracted sometimes. Then you just go over there really quick, click on that for a little, and then go back and put your attention back on your show or whatever. And that's kind of just how I operate with it. Execution, chances spawns. No thanks. I'll just take ravens more. Now I have my raven has friends now. I like that. We all need friends. I'm lonely. Anyways, shurikens, blades. I'll take blades actually. Shurikens would have been good too, but I kind of want something that'll like clear enemies out around me, and I don't really have to worry about it. Because I would need to proc the shurikens myself. This, I can just let them go do their thing. I'm gonna run and kill these guys really quick now that I have this extra XP. Bop, bop, bop. Die, die, die. So that one's really fun. I've been enjoying that one. I'll take some rerolls. Maybe I should take banishes, maybe. It's okay. We'll be fine. So, I've been enjoying that. Besides that, I've just been kind of playing, you know, my main game, Destiny 2, and making content on it, which has been fine. It's unfortunately a bad time of the year for like ad revenue because it's January. All these companies spend all their advertising budgets in the holiday season, and then you get to the new year and it's just like pretty stinky. So that's been a bit of a bummer because it's like I'm making decent views, which already the views are down on that main game because nobody's playing it because it's being handled terribly. So it's just like a whole thing right now. So that's kind of unfortunate, but my actual audience has welcomed me back from my little break that I took and being back to creating content on the game with a very warm reception. So I do appreciate that a ton. I also appreciate anybody watching these videos because these are always fun for me to make. Just a nice little thing. When I kind of get the mood strike in me, I'm kind of like, yeah, let's get on, let's play a little Death Must Die or whatever else I want to play and just kind of chill and have some fun with it. Talk about whatever I want to. But it was funny. I mean, this weekend was... I won't sugarcoat it, I never do. This weekend was terrible. And it's usually the same thing, you know, the cheaters as usual, hard meta abusers. I had this guy comment earlier, and he's like, I've been playing since Destiny 1, brother. I don't know what, this is what I imagine people sound like this when they leave comments where they're just being pricks because they want to be pricks or act like they're above other people. It's like, people are just gonna always go for the cheese and the abuse, and that's just how it is. You just need to get over it, like, stop crying or something. I was like, right, people are only comfortable doing that politically because we've acted like it's okay altogether, and all the other content creators act like it's okay. I mean, I always dunking on other content creators because they will just sit there. I really like this. Yeah, I'll take it actually. Because they really do just sit there and push the shittiest builds in the world with no morals about it. They're just like, yeah, I'm going to single-handedly ruin this community for the next, who knows? It could be a couple months. It could be literal years as the meta we're stuck in right now because, you know, the company that's in charge of the game doesn't balance it correctly or anything. So that's what they're doing. There's even one guy, I'm not gonna like name names, but I remember he made this one build and I absolutely hated the build, and I still despise the build. Because it's still overpowered and it never really got nerfed to where it matters. Like, you can still go crazy and be ridiculous with it. But he literally like makes it, everyone starts abusing it. It was crazy for so long. And then he like makes a video where he's like, you know, I actually regret ever making that original video. You know, I shouldn't have done it. It ruined the community and the PvP for several months after I did it, and I regret doing that. And I was like, you know what? I really respect the actual recognition of pushing something that was just like gonna breed toxicity in the game, and then, you know, apologizing for it. Like, that's a really cool thing to see from a big creator. And then 2 days later, he made another broken build like that ruined the PvP community again. And I was like, all right, this is a joke, right? Why would you just apologized and said that you felt really bad that you ruined the community like that, and then you went and did it again? But it's like this, it's just greed is what it is, because they know they can get a bunch of views off of it, so then they just do it. Which I would never operate like that. I know a lot of broken things in the game, bug things in the game. I have a friend, channel member, subscriber, all of the above, cool guy just in general, and he is a programmer, so he knows like the ins and outs of games and stuff and the engine and everything, and he'll find this crazy stuff all the time, how it's broken and bugged, and then he'll tell me, and it's like, I could easily go and take what he's telling me and make a video on it and let everyone know, and then they would start abusing it, and I would get a bunch of views and in turn money, whatever. But Why would I want to do that? I would just be punishing myself to have to play against it for however long until it's actually nerfed or fixed, and then punishing everyone else, including my own audience, to play against that too. Why? That doesn't make any sense. For what? A couple more pennies in my high-hanging pants? No thank you. Oh, I hate this freaking shrine. I'm not... well, actually, I could do this. I could do this. 3 life on level up. Frick, let's do it. My thinking is we have such good life regen anyways, and if I get it, that life regen buff that we have leveled up a few more times, then even with that nerf right there, it'll still be really powerful. That's kind of what I'm thinking, so we're gonna operate on that logic. But yeah, it's just like the scummiest things. But I was playing with my friend last night, and OAV. To handle these blue slimes here really quick. Go wider area again. This is perfect right now. We can slash this as easy as possible. And we're playing, and there's this dude that used to be in my Discord server, and if you don't know how I operate my main channel, is with the intent of any creators that may be smaller than me, come in and post their content and hopefully, you know, get some views on it. I even do shout outs quite often. I've done several in the past. And when I shout out a smaller channel than mine, I also put it on my channel page, add it to like my friends section on my page so that they can get some eyes on their content too, because I know how hard it sucks to be a small creator, so I like to help other ones. And people really appreciate that, and I really appreciate when they kind of like join my community and we can all, you know, just be friendly with each other. It's a really good thing to make. It's a good habit to start, and it's just kindness feels good, right? But there's this dude, and I never really talked to him too much, but he joined my server, and my friend was like, oh yeah, I've known him, I've seen some of his videos, and I was like, oh, okay, cool, like, does he seem like a cool dude? He's like, yeah, I think he's fine. I was like, all right, that's dope. Nice. Yeah. It's like, okay, cool. I even checked out one of his videos and like left a nice comment on it. I was like, great video, man, you know? And the answer he gave me at the time was kind of like half-assed, like barely appreciative of the compliment, which is understandable because everybody deals with compliments differently, and some people are just not as expressive, and so you compliment them, people don't have to like pour over it and be like, oh, thank you so much. People are just like, yeah, thanks. They're just gonna move on with their life. That's fine. I understand that. Everyone reacts differently to things. But I'm playing last night, and oh, by the way, this dude like left my Discord server several months ago after several times posting his own content in there. And obviously I never cared because I want people to do that. I want people to promote their content in my server. That's part of something I'd like people to be able to do. See if they can help themselves out a little bit and grow themselves. Of course, I like doing that. But then he left one day, and I didn't notice he left right when it happened. But then eventually I was like, oh, that's weird. He's not on my server anymore. Like, oh, whatever. That's fine. Maybe he's cleared out his servers and just decided he didn't want to be in here. Whatever. No hard feelings. But then we've ran into him a few times in PvP in the past couple of weeks, me and my buddies. And yes, please. And he is always on the most like meta abuse crutch shit, right? Which already I hate. And you know, whatever your opinion on that is, you know, go off. Even when I would see his montages, it was like not as much skills and not an equal level of skill and meta abuse. It was mostly just the meta abuse. I'm actually gonna grab a level of lifelink here since it's adept, because it's a really good ability. And it'll help us with the heals too, since we actually traded out some of our HP per second life regeneration. Once we get low health, of course, not at high health, but either way, it'll do some good area damage for us. And so I was like, yeah, whatever. You know, go ahead and use your abuse. And we'd still do pretty well against him, even when he was abusing like 3 stacks or anything else. So yesterday comes, me and my buddy are just sitting there, and we need like, it's a 3-person mode, right? So then the 3rd person just kind of autofill sometimes if you're 2 stacking. That's me and my buddy were doing that, and we get him on our team, and he was like, oh, look, it's this guy. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. Well, we know he hard meta abuses, and he was still on the hard meta abuse, so it's like, okay, well, at least we'll have a competent teammate, right? That's good to know. So we can just clap this matchup really quick and go on. And he knows who I am, obviously, too. So I was like, especially knowing who I am, he should be like cool and be like, oh yeah, cool, I'll play with this guy that I know who he is and who was very kind to me in his community, who should have no bad blood towards me or anything. But as the story continues, you might see that wasn't exactly the case. Because it goes on. I want to check if either of these shrines. Yes. We start noticing round 1 that he's just sitting in spawn for some reason. And we're like, huh, that's strange. Like, just kind of sitting there. Obviously, you know, we thought that was really weird. But things happen. You know, sometimes you have to step away from your computer for an emergency or something. There's technical issues, whatever it may be. Like, there's obvious answers to why someone might have like stepped away, you know? So it makes sense. But then we see him like start shooting and spawn at some guy, but like not actually trying to kill him type shooting, kind of just like shooting into the wall type stuff and letting the enemy kill him. And we're like, that's weird. And at that point my friend was like, I think he's throwing. And I was like, why would he do that though? Like, that doesn't make any sense. I've only ever been nice to this dude, and everything I've seen, I thought he was like at least like a chill dude. And he's always tryharding, so I thought like he'd want to win. Otherwise, why is he queuing? So we're both just like really, really confused, which I think you could understand why we'd be confused. They're just trying to figure out like, why is this guy acting like this? So he does it the whole match. He throws the entire match. We got some rounds off the enemies, but we ended up losing. It was fine because I could barely even focus up with how I was like distracted by him throwing, because I was like, it was just pissing me off, to be honest with you. I was like, this is just not cool. That's just fucked up. Like, no one did anything to you. You're just being complete ass simply because you want to or whatever. Oh, look, okay. But my friend was like, you know, he streams. Let's go see if he's streaming. And I was like, yeah, that's a good idea. So we find his stream. I was trying to find it live while we were actually in the match because I was trying to figure out like if he was okay or whatever. But we go find his stream afterwards, and dude's sitting there. He's queued up in the next match after finishing the match with us, and he starts throwing in the next match too. And at this point, we're both just like, what the fuck? Like, what is this kid's problem? He's not even saying anything. There's like 4 people in his stream, you know. No one's talking in chat. And it's not even like to be rude. It's just like, he wasn't talking, you know, and it shows why people wouldn't join, because he wasn't entertaining. And so we were just like, this is kind of weird. And then he's just throwing rounds, just dying. And then he just suddenly starts talking. Because I think somebody in chat was like, you good? You know, one of the 3 people there. Sorry, 4. And he's like, yeah, all these players are just such fucking trash bags, so I'm just making sure they lose all these games so they can realize how fucking garbage they are. Talking about his teammates. That's beautiful right there. And me and my friend heard this. We're like, are you serious right now? He just openly admitting to griefing people's games because he's fucking salty. We looked at the time stream. He'd been streaming for 4 hours at that point, so he was literally just like salty at people throughout the night because he'd been solo queuing and I guess had lost some fucking matches. And it's like, dude, just log off. Get off the game. No one's making you play. No one's making you play with the teammates you have, you know, except for matchmaking. But if you want to leave a match, leave the match. If you're that pissed after you leave it, then get off the game, especially stop streaming. Like, you're publicly facing like this. It was so just disgusting is the easiest way I could call it. And my friend was describing it the same way. He was like, no, I'm disgusted by this behavior. And I was like, I am too. I'm disgusted and completely disappointed. No respect left for the person. I was trying to hold out like some sort of belief that there was a good reason for it all, but no, it was just him wanting to be a prick. And and still it's just so fucking disgusted because that's such childish behavior. And it really just goes to show, because I rag on this community all the time for how toxic it is. Like, he's a perfect synopsis of the toxicity of the entire community there. It was just so disappointing. So we recorded a lot. Well, I recorded a lot of it. I might make a video out of it. Like, well, you're talking about it here. Yeah. They'll never know. Bro will never know. But I thought it'd be a funny story to tell you guys. But it was just really, really disappointing. So, yeah, that was that. Come back here, you big stinky boy. Get this boy, get this boy. I just have auto attack on right now, I'm letting the gameplay itself, honestly. But yeah, it was sad. So we kind of just moved on after that. For me personally, it's like, if there's a match that I know I can't win, because I clearly see my teammates don't have an end, and I can't 1v3 every round, then I'll just leave. If you leave 2 games in a row, then you get a deserter penalty for 30 minutes, and it gets worse after that if you leave the next match after that. So you can't just keep leaving matches, which makes sense. And I don't like spam leave, you know, it's like usually just once, and then I actually play my matches, and I try to finish my matches out, even if I'm gonna lose, because like I signed up for it, so I do try to finish my matches. But it really just like left me even analyzing any toxicity I've ever shown of myself, because sometimes I can be quite toxic, but I do it in a way that is deriving as much humor as possible, because my audience really likes my roasts and stuff. You know, I try to do like very creative roasts, you know, tell somebody that they're shaped like a Stanley Cup. It's kind of just like funny, goofy shit like that. But this guy was just literally, oh, that was the other thing. He was just roasting all these randoms in his game while they were clearly like trying to win. He would like go in and full send and then immediately die. And then he would start roasting them and just be like, you're fucking trash bag. Why are you even trying? Get off the game, bro. You're worthless. Just die already. And I was like, what the hell? And he went in team chat too. And he started saying to the people, and he was like, bro, just get off the game. Just die. Like, you can't win. I was like, bro, they just logged on because they wanted to play the game and give it their best shot. And they're giving it their best shot. And you're just like roasting on them. Like, it was wild. But hey, maybe stay subscribed to my main channel if you want to see that, because I think I might fucking out the guy. We'll see. I'm still making my mind on it, because it's like I don't want to start beef at the same time. People like that should not be able to just act like that and get away with it. Anyways, got on a crazy tangent there. Hope you enjoyed the story. Chains of War went pretty crazy for us. Soul Stealers I knew was a good ability, and Merciful Strike was a good attack for us there too. We did manage to pick up Fatality or later in the run, which obviously helped our damage output quite a bit. That combined with our little beast here, it didn't do too much at 67k, and you can kind of see that's what I'm talking about, where it, even if you build into it, because I have done a build before where I focused on summon damage with the Raven and, you know, the Ravens, the Pestilence like I had there, and even still, it just wasn't the best thing in the world. So if there's anything that are going to like buff in terms of these signs for people, it would be Sign of the Beast for me. I think just needs a little bit of love from the devs, because it has potential. You can make some really cool runs with it, but right now, I just don't think it's the greatest thing in the world. But hey, all that being said, if you enjoyed today's video, you want to leave me a like or subscribe, I'd very much appreciate that. If you subscribe because you want to see more in the future, make sure you also turn on that notification bell. Like I said, I'm trying to upload these every single day if I can, so when you do put that notification bell on, it's going to be sending these videos straight to your inbox, to your phone, whatever you may be watching it on. But that is going to do it for me today, so as always, have a great day.